Hey, for $275 gallons of water yesterday.
We don't pick and choose when it comes to you. I tell you right now.
You don't cuss. I'm just telling my people.
It all started with a video that went viral. A citizen was choked at a Martin County fiscal court meeting. But what happened next would shine a light on a Kentucky county's growing water problem.
I mean, I regret none of it because I was standing up for the people of Martin County. And it's not just been this winter. This has been an ongoing problem for me for 5 years.
This is by far the worst water district, in my opinion, in the state of Kentucky.
Martin County, Kentucky is in deep Appalachia. It's part of coal country. And since December 15th, many citizens here have seen their water use restricted to 10 hours a day, and some have no water whatsoever.
For a long time, clean water has been an issue in Martin County.
I guess anybody could drink the water if they wanted to. It just depends on how well they enjoy their health.
Hell, what would your life be like if you couldn't take a damn shower? And be thinking about, why your children have to stay home because the schools can't operate. There's no way to clean the school.
People talk about, oh, these are just complainers. It's amazing what these people have put up with.
Our water is so nasty that the federal prison won't accept it. I mean, the inmates up there drink better water than the kids in our schools.
Citizens here believe this is far from a new development. For them, this story began with a natural disaster 17 years ago.
This goes way past our local leaders. We should have had help with this a long time ago because back in 2000, we had a major environmental disaster here. A coal company allowed 306 million gallons of toxic sludge to go into our water supply. It's boiling to a head now because it has gotten to the point where this water plant is so dilapidated that they can't even fix it.
In the last 20 years, many citizens believe that not nearly enough money was spent on actually keeping up the infrastructure of the water district. And with the decline in coal severance money has no longer been coming into the area, causing a budget crisis in Martin County.
Now that coal severance money is not flowing in, then they can't even fix the materials that they have on site.
Well, this morning I had a story in the paper of a lady who'd been without water. She has a father, a disabled coal miner who has a catheter that has to be changed 4 times a day. She helps care for her father. She heats up 2-gallon jugs of water on the stove, puts him in a little stand-up shower, wets his head, shampoos his head, takes a wash rag and clean, and then pours water over him. That's a month doing that. Iron is the very place in 1964 where LBJ declared a war on poverty. Here we are 54 years later and we don't have clean water. I mean, that's just inconceivable.
Well, you just ain't got none. Then when you watch when it first turned on, you'll probably have some like now. It will give it time. You might get then it might start running for just a little bit.
See, I mean, what do you do like when you have to take a shower or
well, I right now I'm filthy. I take when I get me. Take some of these jugs there and try to wash my head and stuff into there and wash bowl in there and wash off the best of the camel.
I mean, does it make you mad?
Yeah, sometimes I don't even. I mean, I give up on them. I don't like to cuss or nothing, but
Throughout eastern Kentucky, you have these water systems that just go out into the mountains, up and over mountain, and in very difficult terrain, and are hard to maintain, and often weren't done very well in the first place. And then sort of add to that, since that time, in many areas, drinking water has just not been maintained as a priority. regardless of, if someone drops in with all the funding to build a new system tomorrow, the people do not trust the leaders in this county.
While in Martin County, we reached out to various public officials, including the County Judge Executive's office and the Water District. They either denied our request or were unavailable for comment. But we did, however, encounter one water administrator.
Well, good, Manager Jones, but I'm not supposed to talk to you guys.
What, will you talk to us?
No, can't. I'm serious.
But I mean, you're a public official.
I'm no official.
Well, you're head of the water board, right?
No.
You're not head of the water board?
No, I'm a paper pusher.
But you are head of the water board.
No, I'm not.
You're not on the board?
No.
Okay. Well, what's your name? I'm sorry, maybe we had the wrong person.
You did.
What's your name?
John Mills.
The man we encountered was not John Mills, as he said. He's the director of operations. It was actually Joe Hammond, business manager for the Water District and John Mills' supervisor. Why he decided to tell us a different name, we do not know. But we did, however, talk to Jimmy Don Kerr. Kerr is one of 4 new members of the Water Board since late 2017 who has come on to try to fix the situation.
When we think about it, like when we sit and we really think about it, maybe it took us 20, 30 years to get in this shape. It may take us 10 years to get out of it. The water rate increase was hard because you knew the impact that it was going to have on people here. I mean, we're like the 56th fourth county in the United States. That financial impact is hard, but the really hard decisions have not really started yet, in my opinion. I think we're probably getting ready to enter that fray, and hopefully we can see ourselves out. I think we can.
Through relief efforts of Kentucky Sports Radio, who raise a substantial amount of money with a broadcast there, God's Pantry, and Feeding America, water has begun making its way to Martin County as part of donations. But the situation is far from over, and more is needed. In the meantime, both Kerr and Ball agree on the fact that administrators and citizens have to band together to demand change.
We need those people on the other side that are protesting, going to Frankfort, asking those questions to shine a spotlight, because it's going to ultimately help us. What we've got to try to do on our side of the table, as far as going after grant money, going after funding, going after all those things, if they apply enough pressure, maybe we can get some of that maybe we wouldn't have.
Do I see change coming? The change can only come if we make enough noise. And I believe that we are, but I just hope it's sustained.
At the end of the day, we're all Martin County citizens, all of us. And we all want the exact same thing, which is clean, safe drinking water.
While some still are without water, the situation has stabilized in the last week. But a freeze or bad situation, and the citizens of Martin County will be back where they are now, without water and in need of desperate help.